So I went on this date with this guy, and after the date, we decided to walk somewhere to go get ice cream and found ourselves on a sidewalk next to a relatively busy parkway in the city. I always like to wait a bit. I'm not going to lie, give them the benefit of the doubt, but 30 seconds passed and this man was walking on the inside of the sidewalk. So I playfully bring it up and I'm like, have you never heard of the sidewalk rule? And he goes, oh, my goodness, please tell me you're not one of those. And I was like, one of what? And then he's like, all right, let's break this down. So I walk on the outside of the sidewalk so that what? If a car jumps the curb, I take the hit? And I was like, I mean, yeah. Or if someone drives too close to the curb and there's water that splashes, it hits you and not the lady that you're with. I don't think it's a life or death scenario most times. Do you know what this man said? Well, reflexes would kick in and I'd probably end up pushing you in the way anyway.
Wait, what? A lot of the dudes that are out here that you are dating are either zesty or they've been raised by single mothers. Because this is one of the specific reasons why I talk so badly about single motherhood. These modern men that you're out here dealing with and dating don't understand how to do anything. A lot of these dudes can't even change a tire, let alone protect a woman. But why are these men like this? Because your moms or your aunties or the women older than you from the last generation was doing the same stuff you were doing, having random babies with random dudes without requiring a man to marry her. So now that child that she had is now grown and you're dating him and you're dealing with stuff like this. You can sit around and get mad at me or anybody all you want to, but dudes like this that she's referring to were raised by single mothers. And this is what happens. This is the result when you or whoever else raises a child by themselves without a man. The things that you want a man to learn how to do or understand or know to do in the beginning are the things that a man has to teach him how to do. So when you're out on a date with a man and he doesn't understand the simple fundamentals of protecting any woman that he's around or close to, he wasn't raised by a man. Why wasn't he raised by a man? The same reason why your little boy isn't being raised by a man. These are the type of men that you got to deal with. Your children, when they grow up, they're going to have to deal with your son or your daughter not having a daddy also. Because we can sit around and make jokes about, yo, that's crazy. I can't believe he did that. Or what's wrong with these men? But I'm actually here to fix the problem with these men. And sitting around talking to them after they're 17 and 25, they ain't going to listen to nobody. You know why? Because they're so full of despair and anger where they ain't going to listen to nobody. Why does it seem like they're filled with all this anger towards women? Because their own mother either kept their dad away from them or didn't do the necessary vetting and the necessary process, which is marriage, before he was even conceived. So now he's stuck dealing with a loser dad that doesn't know his head from a hole in the ground, or a man that was trying to see his son when he was little and at some point just gave up because the mom wouldn't let him see him. And he just went on with his life. At the end of the day, these men out here that y'all love to complain about were not raised by men. I need you to simply ask a man that you're dating or you would date in the future, who raised you? And the majority of those guys are going to say, my mommy, not my dad, my mommy. So you have a whole bunch of single mother raised boys out here who don't know their head from a hole in the ground because they didn't have a daddy. But like I said, this is the life y'all want, right? Y'all want to just run around being single moms all the time. Ooh, I'm a single mother. Cool. Because guess what? Your son ain't got no daddy. And he's going to grow up. He's going to do the same thing with a woman. She's going to expect him to protect her or do what he's supposed to do or know certain manly things like how to change a tire, whatever. And he's going to look at her the same way he looked at her. Huh? What? What are you talking about? Why do I got to do this? Why do I got to be put in danger? There are certain types of men like me that are willing to put his life on the line for their women on a normal basis. Not when somebody breaks in the house, when walking down the street. But if it's not in him because he wasn't raised that way, oh well. But believe me, y'all aren't alone. There's a whole bunch of fatherless girls out here, you are one of them, that has all these abandonment issues, scared of commitment, scared of intimacy, all that stuff too. All I can say is welcome to the club of fatherless grown people running around, not knowing how to treat, date, or listen to the opposite sex. Put your hands together for single motherhood. Come on, everybody, put your hands together for single motherhood. Because we all got to deal with this crap now. Not just you ladies. We got to deal with it too. These fathers' girls, these fathers' boys, they all out here screwing everything up. But you, Miss Single Mother, you can change this. Find somebody to marry you before you have another father's child, so he or she won't be out screwing up their city when they grow up. Once we get to that understanding that the actual source of all of these crazy relationships that we dealing with, male and female, come from fatherless homes, and you actually start plugging the problem up, and you already know what I mean by plugging the problem up. Put a plug in it, and all of us start getting married or requiring marriage, we'll fix this thing. But at the end of the day, y'all, the reason why you keep running into these weirdos, male or female, is because most of these weirdos didn't have a daddy. Fatherlessness and childhood trauma is the source of all of our issues, the people that we dating and us as individuals. Once we fix that, everything else will fix itself on its own. Let me know what y'all think in the comments.